The concept of cashless banking is actually a behavior. It's not a policy. And I think the way we saw it in Nigeria, we never implemented it as a policy. That was why it failed, the time it failed. You needed a kind of behavior that would support a cashless environment. And that's why today, regardless of the level of literacy that we have in Nigeria, a lot of people are already tending towards that. All the numbers and data that I was talking about attest to that. As a regional bank, that's Providus Bank, we're a regional bank, we know that the future of banking is not in brick and mortar, and that's the reality. We are not out to say open branches across everywhere. Within the 4-6 months that the bank started, we had about 1,000 or 2,000 customers in the South. We could delight them. We could give them service. We never had a branch there up to now. And of course, everything is done on a digital platform. So reality again is that, in all this that we're saying, a financial institution that is coming out as digital banking will require a lot of investment in terms of building the infrastructure that will drive it. But there is no way you can do it in isolation, which is why the concept around the fintech coming in is quite important. I've attended several fora where we're discussing stakeholders sat together. And the reality is that we need ourselves to be able to move forward. Now, for my bank, for instance, you saw last year, NIPS gave us the best bank in terms of POS deployment, management, and all of that, because we know quite well, the likes of First Bank, in terms of branch network, we can't compete. Some other banks we cannot compete. But as long as we make sure that our platforms are up and running, we can touch our clients everywhere. And that's happening up to today. So emphasis again is for us to be able to see we're creating value through our various platforms. We have guys at the back office that make sure that the uptime, is not compromised. So, but again, if you now look at the Nigerian environment, we cannot give away the fact that the literacy standard is still very, very low. And of course, if you must reach out and bank the unbanked, there are several other parties that must come together to be able to drive that objective. Today, a lot of fintech, we work together in terms of collaboration. Coming up as the settlement banks for them. And if you also see Nigeria Vision 2020, looking at the financial inclusion, a lot of all these objectives can only be achieved through sound digital platform. And that's why a financial institution, I heard it when I was listing all the stakeholders, quite important. We have to work together, we have to collaborate.
When we talk about collaboration, like you mentioned, is like an endless sea. And collaboration also could be extended to even the customers themselves. And I'll explain how we're doing that in First Bank. First Bank we pioneered what we call agency banking in Nigeria. And we have about 25,000 agents. And we have aggressive target to grow that number. What is driving that behavior for us is that we're taking banking to the people. Today, we have agents in all relevant local government in this country. So when we're talking about what is the next frontier, is partnering with a customer. Now, what it means is that a customer who has a small business and lives in a community can now become a representative of First Bank in that place and offer basic services to customer in that community. So what I call community-friendly banking. So what I mean is that in that community, it can do things like ensure people do withdrawal, what a concept we call human ATM. So today, people are used to machine being ATM. But today, our concept of ATM has gone beyond human being an ATM, a machine being an ATM. Now a human being and now ATM. Now, this is a concept that is already happening in our society. All we did was just to formalize them. And let me also say in passing that we have, as First Bank, we have a laboratory, which is situated in the heart of where innovation is in Lagos, and that is in Yaba. We built the innovation lab for a reason. We simulate experience, we dissect problems, and we offer solution to those problems using digital platforms. And that is where some of these things I mentioned about are coming from. That is our factory, where things that are solving real problem is happening. So, in summary, when you talk about what is the net level of partnership, partnering with the customers. Thank you.
Financial services needs to be expanded in the country. Everybody needs to be given access to financial services. So the question is, how do you do that at a very cost-effective way? And what we've talked about is partnership with customer. So when we talk about agent banking or agent banking services, it's more than financial inclusion for us, it's more of partnership. So it means that your customers are transacting with you. Your customers are your advocate, but more importantly, you want to also partner and also give back. So it's not about just take from the customer. It's about, this is a time to say, give back to the customer.
From the angle of financial inclusion, we have a target as a country, and there's no way financial institutions alone can take on that responsibility. Because under a digital banking environment, you want to be able to create several platforms where your customers can touch you and they can get your value. Collaboration. Today, the fintechs, the telcos, share service opportunities among the three of us, and financial institutions. We help a great deal to close that gap. And that's why there must be that open-mindedness among all the stakeholders to be able to come together, to see the opportunities beyond the threats. The reality is that the financial institution, I want to be able to say, I want to build some firewalls, bringing in a third-party application. But when we look at the benefits there, we'll be able to synchronize and achieve that objective. So bottom line is that collaboration is what can deliver the infrastructure. It's not what financial institution on its own can deliver. And again, because technology is an evolving thing, so day after day, you must upgrade your position in terms of your infrastructure. So it's a continuous investment, which, seeing it from that angle, you must have that open-mindedness to achieve that.